the truth about homeowners associations, also known as HOAs. Although it's clearly in the word, random ass people will associate themselves with your home that you own and you agree to it. It's no different from buying a car or voting. There's a secondary contract that no one pays attention to, and it is registering your property. The difference with the homeowners association is they don't consider you registering it because it's all in the agreements of the quote unquote HOA. Because notice how the way they use the word joining instead of registering. So it's automatically when you purchase a property, a community governed by one as a HOA membership is tied to the property ownership through the property's deed and governing documents. When you buy a home in an HOA community, you automatically become a member, agreeing to the association rules and dues, which is a part of the property's title and restrictions. So I want y'all to really think about that. An HOA places you under their jurisdiction, under their quote unquote private property, which isn't public lands. Now look at it this way. When you buy a car, right, it is completely bought out and it's under your name, and then they trick you into registering it with the state. So technically the state owns your car during that period of the contract. And how I know this and how you should know this is because the state literally has a tag on the back of your car with their signatures. And when you register your car, you agree to the rules of the road specific to the state that you are in. So let's say you didn't have a plate. You know when people be talking about you could travel without a license? That's how it should be in a free world. But we're not in a free world because they believe they have jurisdiction over quote unquote private property that they can put anywhere. So essentially, these people, quote unquote police, look at you as if you're an employee. So they'll enforce their policies on you because you agreed to it. You literally signed your driver's license. Now it gets deeper because you can register your body, as I mentioned earlier, to vote. But people don't realize or even pay attention to people saying that to you. Hey, did you register to vote? Why do you have to register just to make a vote? You see how that don't make sense? But you are registering your body. This is how they're able to control you. Like for instance, they could ask you, not even ask you, tell you to go to jury duty, you know what I'm saying, and tell you not to go to work. And you not get punished because you are registered to the state. They own your body for that period of that contract, including your energy. That's what they're using to vote and to create this reality. Now I want y'all to look at this from a deeper angle. Y'all know how the way I always tell y'all that I'm not a citizen, and most Black Americans aren't. We're not even in the system. This means if you're not a citizen, you do not go by citizens' rules, which is the policies. We only go by the law. So everyone that came from a different country is automatically a citizen, just like you was going to a HOA. They are property of the United States corporation. So they have to go by the United States corporation rules, which are the policies. And when the policies are broken, this is when policy enforcement comes through, but we all call them quote unquote police. They are literally private security guards that's out to protect the state's property. And like I just said, these people that are citizens is state property. And you know how the way we get profiled all the time? It's because we are not state property, and what they are doing is coercing us through contracts to register our body to the state. So we are state property, so they can have jurisdiction over us, as in forcing us to be a citizen. At the end of the day, the only people that are allowed to even interact with us is the sheriff deputies because they was elected by the public. That's why they have law enforcement on their vehicles, not policy enforcement, because we only go by the law, but obviously they are corrupt as well. So I said all that to say this. Essentially, it's the same system as everything else. They are becoming the middleman of our own fucking property, bruh, and sliding themselves into contracts so they can steal your property as soon as you break one of their policies, after you done spent all your bread on that house. Even the same thing with cars. You spend all that bread on that car, then they want to take it, although you already paid for it. It's these contracts we gotten so used to and think it's fine. We think that it's okay and how it's supposed to go. It should not go that way, because no one ever takes the time to read the policies and the laws and see the complete difference of what they really are. And the people who we interact with on a daily basis, we don't even know who they are. They are cons, bro. And then you have some that's not, but that's up to you to do the research. And if you don't, you're doomed. You're falling to their traps every time, because they design everything to make sure they'll be able to take it once you mess up. As I always say, we're the ones with energies. They do not have any at all. So we put all the energy out and take all their consequences while they take all the benefits. And that is the system. Because once we keep on working and working and working, and we're never getting to where we need to get to, it just keeps going. Like, it will never stop because we're not getting to the end. It's designed for you not to get to the end. And obviously Pacific people, because of the energy output that we have. So when you be joining them HOAs, look at it like this, that your house is literally in Lebanon, right? A whole nother country, but it's inside of America. But you gotta follow the Lebanon government rules. It's almost like immigration on a small scale, because essentially those quote unquote communities are small countries, cities, towns, whatever you want to call them. Like, why do y'all think now y'all starting to see all these videos of random security guards with inside of HOAs pulling people over, bro, and got the nerve to try to steal your information to report you to be the third party so they can skim off the top, because they're doing quote unquote like citizens arrest and trying to take you to court because they mixing the systems up. But essentially, like I say, police officers are literally basically doing the same thing on a larger scale on the city level, when none of them have authority to even pull you over or to even arrest you. Like I just said, they be using citizens arrest. They're using universal laws against us because we don't know them. That's how they coerce us and steal our information and then pull out of our trust account. They're like, that's all they're doing, bro, and stealing from us in all different types of ways. And obviously, this is how they take our property as well. It's all fraud and another way to control and govern people towards the direction they want you to go. Any type of system that works that way is negative, and no one should ever join it, because essentially it's giving up all your rights, all your freedoms, and all your property. Anyways, I hope y'all picked up what I put down. Y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.